Hello! Who said? Okay, we're now in Argentina. Let's kick off with highlights again.
Uganda.
Went to the lodge, the Volunteer Uganda Lodge, which was amazing.
It was nice to go back and not be working and actually go guerrilla trekking, because that was the first time
Yeah, it was great.
I've done that.
Bit wet.
Very wet, quite scary.
That was one of my highlights, seeing Tom poo himself. Tom's pulled out on the floor.
The highlight for me was when one of them farted. he
picked his nose and ate it.
Picked his nose and ate it. Yeah, they do that a lot.
Yeah, they're so like us.
Oh, Bunyoni, that was in Uganda.
Yeah.
That was brilliant.
Nice place to just relax.
Yeah, after a really stressful few weeks.
And then it was probably hectic. It's probably good to follow that relaxation with Zanzibar.
Yeah, we felt like we needed to relax at Bunyoni before we could properly relax in Zanzibar for 2 weeks.
Well, we were very busy in Zanzibar. You know, we were sandcastle building almost every day.
Structured, yeah. Minas Tirith wasn't built in a day, it was.
Zanzibar has to be up there.
It's the
with
best.
Some of the nicest beaches in the world.
Yeah, Paje Beach was amazing. White sand, warm water.
And the necklaces, you can't forget those.
Yeah.
What a great purchase.
Probably a highlight for me was Dar es Salaam.
We got stuck in Dar es Salaam whilst we were waiting for a train.
The train's only twice a week. It's not.
Yeah, it's not like it was.
Oh,
I missed it again.
Yeah.
But eventually we did get the train, the Tazara Railway, which, as you've probably seen from the vlogs, was a real experience.
It was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant.
Real highlight. Met some cool people on that train. Gareth and Marta.
Gareth and Marta.
We stayed a few nights in Lusaka, and then a few days in Livingston,
which is near Victoria Falls, which is really cool. But we went when it wasn't that much water going over it, but it did mean that we could do Devil's Pool, which is in our Zambia vlog, which was amazing.
But also just walking across the falls to get to the pool, and we got stuck in a thunderstorm.
Yeah.
The storm.
The storm was amazing. We had a beer in Devil's Pool where you're not allowed to have, and they said don't mention it in the vlog.
Oh, we're gonna have to bleep that.
No, we won't. Because we're rebels!
Yeah, what?
Also, another highlight in Zambia was Adam's Place.
Adam's Place. Big respect to Adam's Place. It's called the Rose Rabbit, and it's part of Freedom Camps. If you're in Livingston and you want to get out of the tourist area, then find Adam, find Rose Rabbit, because it's amazing.
From Zambia, we flew to Durban in South Africa.
South Africa's amazing, and there's so much to do. It's very easy to travel.
Yeah.
And what did we do? Can we list?
Activities. We'll start. We did Drakensberg, or Drakensberg,
Big hike
mountain, which is the highest in South Africa. That was brilliant. Not advised to do on a hangover, but it is possible. Surfing.
Yeah.
You can get really cheap. Surfing is live. You can get real cheap surf lessons in South Africa and good ones.
Kayaking.
Canoeing, kayaking.
Sea kayaking.
Sea kayaking. Lilaing.
Sandboarding.
Highest bungee in the world.
For Tom only. Yoga.
A couple of us threw ourselves up the plane.
Yeah, skydiving. Table
Yeah.
Mountain. There was this guy at Table Mountain, I think he was just permanently stood there having a laugh, just going, look, there's 3 whales down there, and I think he obviously knew their rocks, but everyone's
like, oh.
was like...
I think he was the guy in charge of the money binoculars, because everyone was like, oh, quick, and putting coins in. Cape Town for me is one of probably the highlights as far as cities goes.
The Wild Coast, Sunshine Coast, Garden Route. It was fantastic.
Actually, that would be a highlight for me, is actually hiring a car and having it for a month.
That's a really nice segue onto transport and accommodation in Africa.
Nice segue.
Nice segue. In Europe, it was all buses and trains, wasn't it? And there was a couple of companies you kind of felt confident with. Africa's obviously a lot bigger, so buses can be very time consuming. You can be on them for 25, 30 hours, but they're cheap. You know, you pay 20, 30 quid for that. Flights are pretty reasonable, and if you're doing things on a time scale, then it's the best way to go. It's important to do buses and the Tazara Railway, things like that. Local transport, I think it's so important to get a real insight into the culture in Africa and real life in Africa. If you're more than 1 or 2 people, hiring a vehicle and having a driver is probably the best way. Ishmael, legend. South Africa's a bit of an anomaly, isn't it, within the whole of Africa?
It's a Western version of Africa.
Yeah.
By hiring a car, we as a 4 ended up saving money compared to doing the Baz bus.
Baz bus is a bus company that does the kind of popular route. If you're going on your own, it's your option really. You're only one option. It's quite a good one.
The benefits are you meet people often that are going to your hostel, so you already meet people on the bus.
Yeah,
that's good.
It was 3 or 4 of you, it's cheaper to hire a car and much more convenient.
It seems like such a small luxury, but just being able to leave when you want, not wait for a bus.
And also have somewhere to put your stuff.
Yeah.
That boot was like an extra backpack.
I guess one difference between Europe and Africa with regards to accommodation is that there are far fewer sort of chains that you'll find throughout Africa. But we stayed in some amazing hostels run by some incredible people, and that are all safe and secure and good value. But you just have to spend a little bit more time doing your research to make sure that you find sort of the best place for you.
At a hostel, you'll always meet people either coming from the same place as you or coming from where you're about to go.
And if you're in South Africa, the little book, the Coast to Coast book.
Coast to Coast, yeah. What is it?
Coast to Coast.
What is it though?
It's a booklet.
What?
Pamphlet.
A what?
It's like a booklet.
Oh, right. Thanks. Yeah.
It's got loads of hostels, loads of restaurants in all the different areas of South Africa, and it was brilliant for us.
The first thing I want to say is visit Africa. The thing that I think stops a lot of people going is the things you hear on the news, whether it be Ebola or malaria. The things on the news shouldn't be a reason to stop yourself visiting these places.
Yeah. Africa is huge.
Huge.
So like if something's happened somewhere, it doesn't mean it's happening in the whole of Africa. In Africa, I think it's labelled as a country rather than a continent.
Ebola was closer to Europe than it was to Uganda. Is that right?
Number one question we get asked when we explain our trip, they say, "Oh, you went to Africa. Was it dangerous?" Like, no more so than where we are now, or wherever we are.
People, if they miss out Africa, I think you're really missing out.
It's very easy to fall in love with Africa very quickly because for one, the people there are just amazing. It's very generous. Seems to be. And not everyone's there is really poor, but we've met people who didn't have much, and they seem to be the most generous, which is very humbling. They're very happy, generally, and that's very infectious, their happiness.
There's a strong sense of community.
Very strong sense of community, wonderful sense of community. And so that for me, it's always about the people. And so don't just, if you're going to travel around, don't just go from excursion to excursion, attraction to attraction, or whatever. Go and meet the people. That's what it's all about.
It's a culture that you really get absorbed into, as we're saying with community. But yeah, TIA, for those who don't know, this is Africa. It's kind of an infectious attitude that I think you kind of have to adopt when you're there, which is this is Africa moments, like the bus won't turn up, or it will break down and you have to change tyres, or
You don't have to change tyres.
Well, you might have to. Well,
sometimes. Since I've been in South America, I've really struggled with the language barrier, and I'm obviously going to try and learn Spanish. But in Africa, everyone speaks English.
But yeah, most countries, or a lot of countries, the official language in Africa is English.
If I visited only Africa and went back home, I would look at people and the problems they had, like their first world problems, and just look at them and be like, you have no idea, compared to the problems that people have in Africa.
I think Africa, culturally is the country that's made me think.
Africa's a country.
Africa, the continent. African countries we've visited are probably the ones that culturally have made me think about cultural differences more.
But South Africa's probably an
anomaly,
isn't it?
It was not expected. We did not expect it to be as good as it was. It really surprised me, and I think everyone. It's a beautiful country. It's got a bit of everything. There's mountains, beaches, jungle. There's probably a bit of desert somewhere near Namibia, and it's so cheap at the moment.
So cheap.
We literally live like kings. The people there were nice.
Yep.
There's a massive butt.
It was fascinating to see so much tension, so much racial tension in a place, and we never started the conversation. We never asked people, what's it like being white here, or what's your opinions of black people. Within 5 minutes, most people just told us.
The conversation always gravitated towards racism,
and that's a very strange thing.
Very strange for us.
You just don't talk about it. Because it's not a matter. It doesn't matter.
When we went, we were a little bit worried about crime because we'd heard lots of stories. And as long as you're sensible, you don't flash what you've got.
Cash-wise.
And you don't keep bags in your car, etc.
And stay on the route,
You're normally going to be.
We were fine.
Yeah. Often the crime is opportunistic. Like it's when you're tired, getting off a bus, and you leave your bag, to the side, and you're looking the other way.
If you're thinking of travelling to Africa, don't be scared about hearing all these things, and don't let that put you off. Just think, right, if I have my wits about me, I'm sensible, I do my research, you should be fine. And if you're not fine, you're very unlucky.
We've only really done East and Southern Africa, so we can't really talk for the North and the West, but they're amazing. Countries just stunning, beautiful, and adventurous and exotic and colourful. Go.
Shout outs, Volunteer Uganda. If you are travelling to Africa and you want that local experience and you want to do something valuable, then Volunteer Uganda is the thing to do.
Yeah, it's a good introduction to Africa, I think.
Yeah, it can give you some confidence to then travel on your own.
Yeah, shout out to the Prof.
Yeah, doing his thing in Kampala.
Yeah. And to all the VU staff, Bizzle, Dennis, Mackie, Priscilla, John, everyone.
Yeah.
All the ones I forgot.
Lovely to see them all. Yeah.
Gareth and Valto, obviously.
From Africa leg, yeah.
Africa leg to Gareth Valto.
It's great to meet them and have Christmas as well.
Yeah.
A shout out to Ezekiel and my sister and brother-in-law Kate and Tim. Miss you a lot.
Who has some good news.
We've got another niece or nephew due around April time, so very excited to hear.
Parents and friends, that was a really heartfelt shout out to you guys there.
Yeah,
We miss them all.
we miss them. Yeah. We don't miss the weather you're having at the moment.
We haven't had to wake up and defrost the car.
No,
So that's been good.
Big news in the Lewis family. Reese Lewis
yes.
signed a record label. Only gone and signed a record label. So if you're like War of Hearts or anyone who doesn't know Reese Lewis, check him out on SoundCloud.
Yeah, and George Lewis, you know,
Just
doing as well.
Keep doing what you're doing, George.
Yeah.
Top scorer for Whitney.
There you go, for whole
I think.
Whitney.
I just made that up, but I'm sure he is top scorer.
So War of Hearts. Also Google George.
Yeah, Google George Lewis, best tries 2015 to 2016. Some good ones in there.
Might not be any result.
Argentina. You did that last time.
I know, gotta be consistent.
Okay. Buenos Aires for New Year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Down to Patagonia.
Yeah.
See the glaciers, hopefully.
Yeah.
Mendoza.
Yeah. Wine country.
region.
Yeah, it's been a while, so you probably should do that.
The glasses.
Red
And then
wine,
what,
red
we-
wine there though, isn't it?
And then we're not really sure what we're going to do. We think we're going to go to South, which is in the north, and then possibly go to Chile, to the, what's it called? The
Atacama
Desert. Iguazu, see the waterfall, and then into Brazil. And then the highlight from Brazil will probably be Rio Carnival.
Rio de Janeiro. Rio will be my last vlog, if we vlog from, when we vlog from Rio.
News flash.
Yeah. So unfortunately, I'm going home. Turns out travelling's expensive and I ran out of money. Basically, so if you're a sponsor, please call this number. There's going to be about 16 or 18 of us in a big apartment, so it's a great place for me to have my last hurrah and say farewell to everybody.
Then we're off to Bolivia.
Yeah, we're going to do Bolivia, Peru, Machu Picchu, hopefully.
Up to
Colombia for a while, and then
And that's South America.
see what
really.
happens. Yeah.
So far on the trip we've gone quite quickly. We've gone from place to place to place, and I think we've all agreed that after Rio we want to try and have a little bit more like Uganda and get to know local people. So I think we're going to slow down a bit, try and spend a bit longer in places. So if anyone watching knows anyone who lives in Bolivia, Peru or Colombia,
Look at that.
Mm.
Look a brother. Hook a brother out. Hook a brother up. Okay, should we say goodbye?
Bye.
Oh no, highlight reel.
It's going to be hard to condense it down into however many minutes it is.
90 seconds.
90 seconds. Okay, so enjoy the highlights. 3, 2, 1.
When she was just a girl, she expected the world, but it flew away from her reach. She ran away in her sleep and dreamed of paradise, paradise, paradise. Every time she closed her eyes. When she was just a girl, she expected the world, but it flew away from her reach. And colored scotch on her tear. Life goes on, it gets so heavy. The wheel breaks the butterfly. Every tear a waterfall. In the night, the stormy night, she closed her eyes. In the night, the stormy night, away she'd fly. Dreams of paradise, 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 paradise. Paradise, paradise. And so lying underneath the stormy skies, she'd say, oh, I know the sun must set to rise. And dreams of paradise, paradise,